We often think sounding smart in English, well, it means having this huge vocabulary, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe perfect grammar, like you need to speak without any flaws, use really big words. That's the common idea anyway. But our deep dive today really challenges that. We're looking into what actually makes someone sound confident, intelligent, and just well-informed when they talk. And it's often, well, a lot simpler than we might think. More profound, maybe.
That's exactly it. It's kind of the big surprise here. This isn't really about cramming dictionary words or, grammar rules. What we're seeing in the source material are these real-life moments, interactions, and they show how simple, clear, thoughtful communication. That's the real key. It makes a genuine impact. It's not just sounding good. It's, being good at communicating.
Exactly. So our mission today is to pull out those practical nuggets, the things you can actually use right away to, elevate how you communicate. It's more than just making an impression. It's about real connection. Okay, so let's unpack this. So right off the bat, the source material sort of pushes back on that old assumption. It highlights that sounding smart often means speaking with precision. And by precision, we don't just mean perfect grammar. It's more about using words that really hit the mark, saying more with less, basically. Fewer words, carefully chosen, no room for, vagueness or extra fluff.
Right. And what's really interesting is how often intelligence shows up, not in making big statements, but actually in asking thoughtful questions. Like that example from the farmer's market. The husband asking the tomato vendor, how do you grow them so sweet? It seems simple, but it's more than just being polite. It shows curiosity, respect for the vendor's know-how. It shows he's thinking, formulating a relevant question. He wants to understand. That itself is smart, not trying to impress, just learn.
Yeah, that quiet impact. And it's not just about questions. We see it again and again with explanations being really clear and concise. Think about Rebecca at work dealing with that client issue. She just said, checked in after 2 days and offered a simple fix. That made all the difference. No drama, no jargon, just clear thinking focused on the solution. Or Sarah at the bank explaining savings accounts. Step by step, didn't rush. Made it so easy to understand, apparently. She made it simpler for the listener, which in turn made her seem incredibly competent. Thoughtful, too.
And that connects directly to Anita in that international meeting. The source said she didn't talk a lot, but when she did, exactly what was needed. No extra words, just facts, examples, and a calm voice. Even her manager thought she was sharp.
Right.
It shows how just focusing your words conveys confidence, certainty. It respects the listener's time. Think about Mr. Lee, the neighbor with the car trouble. He just calmly says, it's probably the battery. I'll test it, and if that's not it, I'll try the fuse.
Yeah.
It's steady, methodical, not panicked or overly complex. You can tell he's thought it through.
And it's almost counterintuitive, isn't it? Like the fact they don't use jargon or dramatic language, that actually seems to boost their credibility. Makes them sound smarter. Why do you think that is? Is it about sincerity, maybe?
Oh, I think it absolutely is. Sincerity and competence, too.
Yeah.
Using simple language often means you've really grasped the core idea yourself. You're confident enough to lay it out plainly without hiding behind big words.
That makes sense.
And it shows respect for your audience.
Yeah.
Making it accessible for them. Margaret at that community meeting, great example. She didn't get overly emotional or exaggerate. She just stated the facts about the bus. Every morning, I leave home at 6:30. Sometimes the bus doesn't come and I have to walk nearly 2 miles. It was powerful because it was calm and direct. Her clarity made her completely credible.
Yeah, you couldn't argue with it.
So stepping back a bit, these examples really highlight how authentic stories and practical advice connect deeply with people. It's about sharing experiences that illustrate a point, not showing off. Like Mr. Kareem, the dad helping his son build that table. He just said, my son made the plan on paper and I just followed his lead.
Simple honesty, thoughtfulness. It impressed people without him even trying. That's real intellectual humility.
It really is. Or Yusuf, the young guy with the delivery business. His secret sauce. I kept listening to what people needed. If someone wanted milk in the morning, I made sure it arrived on time. That's it.
Yeah.
It's not some grand strategy, just clear thinking and purpose expressed simply. It works because it's real.
Exactly. And Jacob at the safety workshop suggesting solar lights and neighborhood walks, he explained, this isn't just about watching out for danger. It's about knowing each other. Short, thoughtful words. They connected. He wasn't just solving a practical problem. He tapped into a deeper need for community. So it's not just what you say, but the purpose behind it, how it genuinely helps or connects. That's a really key distinction. It all ties into how showing you're helpful, showing you care through your words builds trust. which reflects well on your intelligence, like the son patiently explaining rice prices to his elderly father. This one is 30 taka per kilo. It's a good brand. Let's try it this time. It's just kindness, respect. His goal is clearly helping his dad understand, not showing off price knowledge.
Precisely. Or Edward at the hardware store, calmly explaining paint differences to an older customer. This one dries faster, but that one lasts longer. If you're painting outside, I'd go with the second one.
Yeah.
Helpful, polite advice.
Yeah.
No showing off. He wasn't just knowledgeable, he was useful.
Useful, yeah.
And that's so important. Real intelligence often means making things easier for others, translating complexity into something simple and usable.
That makes total sense. Taking what you know and making it accessible, like George, the plumber. He explained the loose pipe clearly, simply, and then stood by his work. If it leaks again, call me, but I don't think it will. That's reliability, clarity right there. Or Mr. Wilson borrowing the hedge cutter from Susan. Calmly, respectfully stating his need, promising to return it by sunset. It shows thoughtfulness, responsibility in how he communicated.
And Charles helping the elderly woman with the form at the post office. Gentle, helpful tone. Ma'am, if you're only sending documents, this section is enough. These are everyday things, right? But they're packed with these subtle cues of intelligence, empathy, clarity, reliability.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting, I think. It's not really about how much, maybe not even how much you say. It's about how effectively, how thoughtfully you share information to actually benefit someone else. It's applying knowledge with empathy.
Well put.
And that brings us to the last piece, which often gets missed when we talk about sounding smart. Listening. It's huge. It's like the foundation, really, and it has to come before speaking.
Absolutely. What's really striking is how consistently intelligent people listen carefully first. They process, they consider, then they speak. Like the man jogging, planning the weekend with his wife on the phone. Let's keep Saturday simple. Maybe a walk with the kids and lunch at your parents' place.
Yeah.
He's not just reacting. You can tell he's thinking about her needs, their situation, then offering a measured suggestion, thinking before speaking.
That quiet processing, it's so key. And you see with Fatima, too, the woman in the waiting room with her notebook. Writing daily goals, managed a family move, using a checklist. The way she explained it wasn't flashy. It was just organized, calm, clear. That made her sound smart. Without any showing off, she thought, organized, then communicated.
Right.
Even Ryan at the grocery store, calmly, politely pointing out the cashier's mistake. I think there's a small mistake. That item is on sale today. His confidence came from just being polite and calm, which came from observing, listening to the price, then responding factually.
And it's that focus on solutions, on clear steps, often born from really listening, that makes you trustworthy. It shows intellectual humility, like you recognize the best way forward might come from considering everything. Think about Mr. Roberts at the bank again, asking thoughtful questions about the joint account, then calmly agreeing. All right, that makes sense. Let's do it that way.
Yeah, mature.
It showed maturity, willingness to understand and adapt. Or Mark moving boxes, explaining why heavier ones go on the bottom for stability. Just clear, simple reasoning. That's clear thinking, problem solving based on understanding the task.
Right.
So we connect all these dots. Look at the bigger picture from these everyday moments. It's pretty clear, isn't it? The smartest communicators, they listen first. They pick simple, precise words. They tell real stories people can relate to. And they focus on solutions that actually help others. It's this whole approach, really. Being present, being thoughtful. That creates a genuinely powerful impression. It's an intelligence that's way deeper than just vocabulary.
So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you listening right now? Well, our deep dive shows that real intelligence in how you communicate. It isn't about complex words or perfect grammar. It's really about being clear, being respectful, thoughtful, and maybe most importantly, listening properly, listening with intent.
Exactly. Sounding smart. It seems to come from speaking with actual care and purpose in real life, making others feel comfortable, sharing useful stuff simply. Being real, being confident in what you know and what you've experienced is the impact your words have, not just how they sound technically.
So maybe the question to ponder is this. How could practicing simpler, more deliberate communication that starts with really listening and wanting to connect, how could that reveal a deeper intelligence? Not just to other people, but maybe even to yourself. What stands out to you about these everyday moments we talked about? And what's one small shift you could maybe make today to communicate just a bit more intelligently?